going on, world? This is Grandmaster FAQs. Now, due to the recent light of news that James Gunn is now not going to be with us for another installment of Guardians of the Galaxy, I ask everybody not to fret. I believe that the Marvel Cosmic Universe is probably one of their biggest handles on comics as a whole. Now, of course, he's been pretty much more of a catalyst for the entire Cosmic Universe to even be in existence. We're talking about the fact that we brought in I would say even a C-level superhero team as far as Guardians of the Galaxy, and blowing them up into a worldwide phenomenon. I mean, they literally fucked up the market for people that didn't even know who the hell they were. Because I remember when Kevin Feige made the announcement in Phase 2, everybody was literally like looking at each other like, who the fuck are the Guardians of the Galaxy? Who the hell Star-Lord? Who's Drax? You know, and for those of us that have had a chance to read Infinity Gauntlet or read into the Guardians of the Galaxy comic book series, either the 2008 to 2010 series, or even if you're in a pretty older phase and you've read the 1968 like intertwinable Marvel Force comics that were out like extremely a long time ago, this is what the original installment of Guardians of the Galaxy. We're not talking about Star-Lord or anybody like that. If you looked at the end of Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you saw the original lineup. But I feel as though, you know, just the Cosmic Universe as a whole for Marvel and like anybody in general are kind of like their best stories. They're the ones that have the most plot, the most intrigue, and it's almost most of the fight scenes are pretty much on an even playing field. You know, for most of us that either in the DC universe or even in the Marvel universe, you know, it's more so godlike creatures on Earth. Okay, so like we're talking about like Superman, we're talking about like Thor. So it's the impending fear of humans because something strange has happened on Earth and everybody's going apeshit. Well, when we get to the Cosmic Universe, where you see the likes of Adam Warlock, of a Captain Marvel, of the Skrulls, the Kree, who we saw in the first Guardians of the Galaxy with Ronan, you would know that like how vast we can go. Guardians of the Galaxy introduced a lot of characters that, for those that love comics, were like, holy shit. Like when you went to see the Collector for the first time, first off, the Collector is another being that is just like out of this world, and you see Beta Ray Bill in one of the tubes. It's like for those of us that read comics, it was like an oh shit moment. It was like, what the fuck? Like, why isn't that happening? Why isn't he popping out here? Like when we saw Korg and Meek for the first time, like in the installment or the depiction of Sakaar, where in Planet Hulk, Bruce Banner is sent to be a slave and fight as a gladiator for the first time. Like these depictions, of course, they're not exactly comic accurate, but the fact that they're actually being introduced is just somewhat of like the best things possible. So now with the next two movies, you know, with Captain Marvel coming out, we get to see the installment of Space Force. The Kree and Skrull civil war that tends to happen, and then also in the Infinity War we may be introduced to the cosmic entities. Now we're talking about Eternity, we're maybe even possibly the Watcher, and I'm saying later on down the line, like we're talking about like some of the Fantastic Four characters like Annihilus or like Kang the Conqueror. But all I can say is that I feel as though we're still in a good place. Like I do want James Gunn's script to kind of unfold and have the introduction of Adam Warlock into the fold as far as Marvel's continuation and into Phase 4, Phase 5, however far we get. And even when the bought up properties from Fox even get brought in with Fantastic Four and the X-Men, it's going to be literally the best thing ever for us. And I feel as though we'll be in good hands. So even though we have the departure of James Gunn, I think solidifying ourselves and kind of like nailing this shit down, because for us to start out with a C-level crew like Guardians of the Galaxy, and then introducing like the more powerful beings. Like, who knows? If we ever get a Silver Surfer movie, best believe your boy's going ape shit. Okay. And the sight of Galactus in any movie, I'm gonna be the one running full speed up and down the aisles in the theaters. Ain't nobody gonna know what the fuck is happening. They probably gonna think a killer's running loose, but that's just me. All right. But let's tone it down a little bit. I think the firing happened because of some PR and what Disney was getting into and wanting to keep their image as clean as possible, even though we know it ain't. But let's see where we go from here. This is Grandmaster FAQs. Feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and feel free to check us out on Partynerdz Instagram. And I'll see you guys next time. And always check for us on Tuesday nights, 6:45 on Wildfire Radio. Partynerdz go.
Partynerdz, 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 Partynerdz.